Hi, my name is Granger Smith, and this is 5 More Minutes. We decided to release 5 More Minutes as the last single of the Don't Listen to the Radio album, and it wasn't an easy decision, simply because 5 More Minutes is a slower song. But when we dug a little bit deeper, we found out that, 5 More Minutes is the kind of song that could impact people in the long term, and ultimately that's what we as artists and musicians want to do, is impact people's lives deeply. And it seemed appropriate to wrap up this album this year, this holiday season, with this single. The song originally started when my dad had put together a collection of flight diaries from my grandfather, who was a pilot in World War II. He was flying a B-24. My granddad passed away several years ago. My dad put this together and gave it to everyone in the family. When I was sitting down on the couch and I was looking at it and reading over it, and I realized that there were so many things I didn't know about my granddad when he was in his 20s, flying over Italy and Germany on these bomb runs, and I was really blown away, and I was saddened that there was so much information I never asked. And that's where the concept of 5 More Minutes was created, because I looked back and I thought instantly, I wish I had 5 more minutes with him, just to talk about a few things and just at least just tell him I love him one more time. And that's how the song started, just line for line, right from the top. Right after I wrote the song, we went on our first entertainment tour to Iraq, and that was in September of 2007. I had written the song, and we didn't really know what to expect in Iraq, and we were playing some songs for the soldiers. But I pulled it out one night, and after I finished, and after the last chord, it was dead silence. And it was the scariest silence that an artist could get. You don't know if that's good or bad. And after the show, everybody was saying, where could we get a copy of the Granddad song? Do you have a copy of the Granddad song? And I said, I haven't even recorded it yet. That kind of led us to putting the band together and going in and recording it. And that was one of the first songs we recorded for Don't Listen to the Radio. When we got back home, I got an email from a young lady who was the fiance of one of the guys that was taking us around, one of the guys that spent his day with us, showing us the ropes on his bass. And she told me how much we meant to him and to his friends to come over there and play a little bit of music. And she talked about 5 More Minutes as one of the songs that he mentioned. The email went on to say that her fiance, Peter, was actually killed in action in a Humvee in Baghdad 2 weeks after he had seen us. The band was blown away by the news, and so was I. She sent us these bracelets that say Second Lieutenant Peter Haskell Burks, KIA, 14 November 2007, Baghdad, Iraq. And we wear these bracelets for a lot of reasons. It reminds us of the soldiers fighting in Iraq, fighting downrange in Afghanistan, but also that when I play 5 More Minutes, I remember to myself that these lyrics are real for anybody out there that has someone that they've lost in this kind of situation. When we started compiling media and trying to get things ready for some kind of video and some kind of presentation for the song, our first thought was we wanted to get people involved. We wanted to get, everyday people that had a story, that had a different interpretation of what 5 More Minutes meant to them. Maybe someone that they're missing from the past, someone that passed away, maybe someone that's in their life that they're not talking to as much as they would like to. We immediately knew that we needed to get everybody involved, as many faces as we could, maybe even put concepts on a blackboard and have people holding them up. And so that's the direction we went. We wanted people to simply come in with their own interpretation of what the song meant to them, regardless of the lyrics. If you had 5 more minutes with someone you love, what would you do? What would you say? Suddenly, when we started shooting this, everybody kind of realized that here goes 5 More Minutes is taking a new life again. It's taking a new turn, and it's becoming even broader. And it's, something that started as specific as my granddad's diary has now turned into something that everybody can interpret differently. And that's what was really important to us. And that's where we saw that this song, once again, could be reached on a broad level and can really impact people.
And he would know I meant it, 'cause you could love a lifetime in 5 more minutes.
I wanted to include my dad in the song and make my dad the last verse, because as I was continuing with the lyrics, and my dad was presently in my mind because he had created the diary, I realized that I didn't have 5 more minutes with my granddad. I would never get that back. But then I looked and I saw that I would have 5 more minutes with my own dad. And I had to take advantage of that. And that seemed to complete the song, to bring it all the way back to square one, where we did have people, we all have people in our lives that we still have 5 more minutes with. We all have people that we could sit down and have a cup of coffee with, or do anything with, and enjoy that time while we still have it, because we don't know when that time's going to be over. I'm excited to release 5 more minutes, especially during a holiday season, because we have received more emails over the last year since Don't Listen to the Radio came out about 5 more minutes, about people that give me paragraphs of stories of their personal lives, and I love to see that. I love to read how music can impact people, because it impacted me all my life, and that's why I'm a musician to this day, because music digs so deep down inside of us, and it pulls out stories and it pulls out emotions that we didn't know we could even talk about in public. So here it is, here's the song, here's the video, here is 5 more minutes. It has meant so much to us to create it, to perform it, to record it. I can only hope that it means as much to you guys. Thank you.